All right, so good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, and welcome. So this is our review for our first ever test that we're going to have for Algebra 1 this year for the 19/20 school year. So please make sure if you've got this in class that you review it. I'm going to go through these answers super fast. So pause it, back it up if you have to, ladies and gentlemen. Just realize the expectations. So first thing you would do is either one of two options, ladies and gentlemen, is some of you in the class either distributed the -2. Okay, if you did that, then you would get 20 because negative and negative is positive, plus 10, which equals 30. Now, technically speaking, what you're supposed to do is do parentheses first for PEMDAS. So parentheses means you solve what's inside the parentheses first. So technically, you're supposed to go -10 minus 5. Okay, so you would end up with -2 times -15, and a negative is still a positive, so you still would end up with 30. Is there a right or wrong way to do that? No, there isn't. Okay, this one here, you do need to follow the order of operations though. So first thing is parentheses. Can you solve anything with internally? You can. Okay, so this would be -2 and -3, because 3 minus 6, and squared plus 4. Then you square 3. Some of you in class were messing this up. -3 times -3 is a 9 plus 4. And then I'll blow that out over here. This is going to be -18, 9 times -2 plus 4, and you got -14. All right, number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, we talked about rewriting this just with a blank like this. Plus 2, and then another blank, because you're filling in these variables right now, right? So first one, K, is going to be -12, right? And then the other one is going to be 4. So one other thing I did in class as the time went on is change the colors. So -12 in here, and then M is 4, and then you just do the multiplication out, okay? So as you go through, just make sure 3 times -12 is -36. Plus 8, and that comes out to be -28. Next, simplify. You can't solve anything with the parentheses, so there is no exponents, so you multiply. Okay, so this is -5r plus 4t, and then don't forget to multiply that, 12r. Combine like terms, so it would be 4t minus 17r. Negative and a negative, so -5, -12, spend 5, spend 12, you spent 17. Please make sure you guys understand that concept. 5, okay, we had done a little bit of this in class. Usually you do the circle square part, but I'm going to highlight common terms, okay? Those are common, the B's are common, and then you guys can tell with the C's. So what you do is just combine like terms with this one. So -7 and -8 is -15 when you add them, and you don't change the exponents, so it'd still be squared. 6 and 4 is 10, and then -8 and a 6. So if you spent -8 but you got $6 back, you still would have spent $2. Okay, so please make sure you guys combine like terms. Don't change the exponents when you're adding. Okay, some of you were like, oh, let's go to 4. No. All right, so as you go on here, 7 times 2, 14g minus 63. That's it, you're done. All right, no other things with that one. 7 and 8. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the bell might ring in a short second here for 8th hour to end, just as an expression, or just as a warning. So one thing we had talked about here is you're replacing A, B, and C. So I mentioned in some of my classes to rewrite. So this would be A, C minus B. Whoops. Instead of putting B, you put the actual just parentheses like this. And then you fill in the variables, okay? So my A value is 3, C value is -5, and B is -4. Now you change the variables as they go along. This is what I'm talking about. 3 and a -5 is -15. Negative and a negative is now a what? Positive 4. So make sure you guys understand that aspect. Okay, I want you to get in the terms of writing in the blanks and understanding that the numbers change the signs. Okay, so same here, 3 and then a blank plus A, and then whatever B is squared. And then you go ahead and you fill in the answers. So on this one, C is again -5, this is going to be a 3, and this is negative 4. And then you follow order of operations. Parentheses, all solved. Exponents, do that next. All right, so I'm going to do this multiplication though too as we're going through. And it's going to be times 16, because negative and a negative is always a positive, okay? Then you multiply this out, plus 48, and you end up with an answer being 33. 9, same functionality. F of negative 3, you rewrite it as 4, then some blank, minus 2, okay? What goes in there, right? One aspect that goes in this x value is a negative 3. So now you order PEMDAS. Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. So this is going to be 4 times 9 minus 2. Follow your order of operations. Multiplication next. 36 minus 2 equals 34. All right, same over here. When you guys write these out, g of negative 4 is going to be some number times 3 times the number minus 8. Well, if I'm putting in a negative 4, order of operations, okay? This times this is negative 12 minus 8, which is negative 20. Spend 12, spend 8, you spent 20. 11, distribution property. Basically what it means is how did you get this, okay? You can blow these out. You can actually add these all up. So what number in the tail end equals 135? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the only number here at the back end is 135. Graph these, figure out what is a function. Remember, do a vertical line test. You either, if you don't know what these are, plot these out. Remember, do some type of weird plots and know that they're not. The only one that is a function in this one is the letter C. Independent, dependent variable. I saw a lot of different answers with this. Make sure you guys understand an independent variable is independent of anything, and it changes the other variable, okay? So no matter what happens, that's what you guys need to understand. So independent variable for this situation has nothing to do with the sale over Labor Day weekend. It's this, number of purchases. And what happens with the number of purchases? It changes what? Profits. Both greater and negatively, okay? So number of purchases, your dependent is your profit, okay? Table and function, okay? Some of you, I laughed when we were trying to figure out how to graph this. I'm like, come on, y'all. Negative 2 over 0. First one, negative 1, 3. Up there, 0, 2. So 0 and 2. And then the last one is negative 2 and 3. So negative 2 over 3 up. There we go. That's it, okay? Then you do a mapping. Now, with the mapping, some of you are messing this up. Remember, on a mapping, you only show the number once, even if it appears twice. So it's going to be negative 2, negative 1, and 0, all right? And then the other one is going to be 0, 3, and 2. And you do not repeat that 3, okay? Then you make your arrows. If you guys remember, so it's going to be negative 2, 0, right? Negative 1, 3, 0, 2, and then it's going to be negative 2, 3. So it'd be negative 2, 3, just like that. All right, that's what I expect to see. And is this a function? It's no, because it does not pass the vertical line test. 15, I gave an example in class. This is very important that you guys write this down just like this, okay? It is a negative of a number squared plus 3 times a number. We don't know what that number is unless it tells you, which in this case it does, which is a negative 4, okay? You throw in the negative 4 here. Negative 4 squared is 16, but you still have a negative on the outside. 3 times the negative 4 is negative 12, and then you simplify it up, you get negative 28. Same over here, you just rewrite it, okay? So it's 5 plus this piece, okay? That's what this is telling you. It's 5 plus this piece. So this piece is a negative value squared plus 3 and that value again, okay? So the one thing I noticed as we went along today is making sure you guys understand. You see a plus minus. So if you see that, you need to rewrite it as 5 minus. And then in this case, it's 1 squared plus 3 times 1. This is going to be 5 minus 1 plus 3, which does equal 7. 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. Domain and range. Domain, ladies and gentlemen, dx, negative 2, 2, 4, 5, 0. 3 is the y because it's ry. 3, negative 1, negative 5, 6, and 4. Make sure you guys study up, okay? I expect everybody to score high on this quiz or on this test that we have, because the reality is we went over a nice review today. Hopefully you did it in class. You asked me any questions. Please study up. Good luck to everybody, but I have a feeling that this will be our first great test of the year. I'll see you in class.